Hello guys, it is Shivam here. Welcome to part 5 of event booking app from the scratch with the help of Flutter and Firebase. So on this series, you are going to learn user authentication, event booking, admin panel and many more. So do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button so that you won't miss out on any of the upcoming videos we upload on this channel. Now let's get started. So in our last part, I have taught you how to simply upload the data to the files to database and how to simply get all the documents from the respective collection by using a stream builder. So if you haven't followed all the videos for this event booking app series, then I will simply paste a complete playlist link in the comment box, so you can simply tap to that playlist and can simply follow this event booking app series. So on our today's video, first we'll move to the detail page. So as you can see that we have already moved to the detail page, and here you can see the number of tickets. So we'll first add a execution for this number of tickets. For an example, the user can simply keep on adding a tickets, like for how many people they want to book the ticket, so that they can simply increase and decrease the number of ticket from here. And we are also going to add a Stripe payment gateway. Stripe payment gateway is because through the Stripe payment gateway we can simply add the Stripe in our book now button, and when the user will tap to this book now button, they will simply pay through the Stripe and can simply book this event. So these are the things. Now let's move to the detail page, and here let's add a execution as I've told you for this plus and minus button. Like they can simply choose a number of tickets. So for that, here I will simply use a int and will keep a default value which will be 1, because the minimum ticket they need to book is 1. So that's why I'm using int over here, and will write ticket is equals to 1, something like this. And here we'll show the value of a ticket. So we'll write ticket dot to string, because ticket is in the form of the integer, so that's why I'm changing to string. Now when will the user will tap to this plus button, then the execution for this number of ticket will going to help. So that's why I'm going to add a gesture detector, and in the on tap method I will simply write ticket is equals to ticket plus 1. Yeah, now we'll use a set state, something like this. And for the minus, we'll write wrap with gesture detector. In on tap method we'll write ticket is equals to ticket minus 1. So we'll decrease the value of a ticket by 1, something like this, and we'll use a set state. So this is a to execution that we need to do. So I think so hot reload is all automatically done. Now when I'll tap to this plus button, you will see that number changes from 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, now when I'll tap to this 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now if you think that when I'll tap to this minus button, then the value should be doesn't decrease from 1, because as I've told you that the minimum number of ticket that the user need to buy should be 1. So when I'll tap to this minus button, it will take to 0, minus 1, minus 2. So this is not a correct execution that we want to show over here. So to handle this case, I will do one thing. We'll simply pass the if case, and in the if case I will tell that the ticket value, what a ticket value should not be like less than 1. Yeah, and we'll simply use a bracket over here. Now let's test this case. So now I'll tap to this plus button. Now when I'll tap to this remove button, it's not working because the ticket value is 4. So 4 is not less than 1. So I think so not less than, it will be a greater than, my bad. So here now when I'll tap to this, will simply decrease the value up to 1. Now I'm tapping to this minus button. The execution don't will not go over 1 because it simply says that when the ticket value will be 1, then 1 is not greater than 1, then the execution will simply stop. So I can increase from 1, but I can't decrease the value from 1. So this is how we can simply show the number of tickets that the user need to buy. Let's move and we'll add a stripe to this event booking app. So here we'll move to the perf dev and we'll simply search Flutter Stripe over here, and we'll search Flutter Stripe. We'll simply tap to this Flutter Stripe and we'll move to the installing, and we need to copy this package and we need to simply paste it in the perspec.ml file. So here we need to simply paste this file and simply remove this version so that it will take the version automatically, and here it is done. Now after this, let's move to the detail page. Why I'm opening this page? Let's move to the detail page. So we'll simply write detail page over here, not write like this, we'll write bottom name, and now we'll redirect to this page. So once it is done, we'll move to the detail page where it is written. Yeah, here is detail page. Now here I need to simply add a Flutter stripe, but before adding a Flutter stripe we need to do some of the settings for the Android and iOS. So we'll move to the Flutter stripe, like our package where we have picked this package from the perf dev, and we'll move to the readme section, and when you will go down you will see that for the Android you need to add this much requirements, and for the iOS you don't need to do anything extra. You just need to add like a platform iOS 13. So you can simply do that from the pod file. So you can simply change it to 13. It is already 13, and if not you can simply change it to 13. Now for the Android there are lots of settings that we need to do to simply connect a stripe in our app. So if you have followed my old series, like I have made 10 to 12 apps before on this channel, like an e-commerce app, or a barber booking app, or quiz app, news app, wallpaper app. So there are lots of apps that I've already built on this channel. So many times I've used this Flutter stripe and in the Flutter app. So you know that how to do the settings if you have followed my old series, but if not I will show you how to do that. So here you can see that it needs a API level 21, so don't need to do anything on this. Now the Kotlin version should also be 1.8.0, so don't need to do anything on this too. Same for the 3, don't do anything. Now let's move to the fourth point, and here we need to change our theme to a night theme. So to do that we need to simply move to the Android folder. We'll move to the app src main and Android manifest.xml file, and here we need to simply change the Android theme as it has told over here, because we need to change the theme. So let me change the theme and I will show you what you can simply write over here. Yeah, so this is the theme you can use over here. You can simply write as it is. I have wrote over here. So it is a light theme that we need to add to enable a stripe, because a stripe uses a light theme in their interface when they simply show their to add a card number and all. So you add this. Now let's move with a fifth point, and it simply says that we need to change to the Gradle version, like update to the Android Gradle build tool version. So don't need to do anything on this. Let's move to the sixth point, and here it's tell that we need to add a Flutter fragment activity instead of Flutter activity in main activity.kt. So let's move to the main activity.kt. So we'll move to the Kotlin, and here you see main activity.kt, and it simply says that instead of Flutter activity just add this. So let's change this, and we need to simply change the thing over here, as you can see. Yeah, so this is how your code will look alike when you will do the changes. You can simply pause a video and can simply write a code, yeah, for this main activity.kt. Now let's move with a pro guard rules.pro. So this is also you don't need, so don't add this, we can simply skip this. Now rebuild the app as above, change don't update with hot reload. So it simply says that don't use hot restart or hot reload over here. You need to simply close the app completely and then rerun the app to simply enable all the things that we have added for the Stripe. But before that, let's move to detailed page.dart here again, and here we need to add all the details for the Stripe execution. But as I've told you, I have added a Flutter Stripe many times in my old series, so I won't write a complete code for the Flutter Stripe because it will take lots of time and you don't need to remind that Flutter Stripe code. You can simply copy and paste it, or if you are new to this channel, I will simply paste a link of the source code in the description box. You can simply copy it from there, or if you want to simply pause a video and write a code, you can also do that. So which best way you like to prefer, you can do that. Yeah, so here I've added some of the functions to simply execute a payment through the Stripe. So let me explain you what all things I've added. So here you can see that this is a make payment function that I've added. So this is a code for the make payment function. You can simply pause a video, or you can, as I've told you, can get it from the source code. Now once you have wrote this function, now let me explain what I'm going to do. So in the string amount, we are going to pass this amount, not exactly this amount, because we need to also show the amount according to the ticket number that the user increased from here. So that's why we need to simply show the total amount over here. So I haven't shown a total amount over here. I will show that, do not need to worry. So we'll simply pass the amount over here, and once we have shown the amount, we'll show the payment in the USD. But if you want to show in the different currency, for an example INR, you can also do that. You just need to add a different currency over here. So I'm just keeping it USD. Now once you have done all this thing, we have added one more package, which is a HTTP. So this HTTP package will simply help you to get a HTTP link, like execute a HTTP link, because here we have added one HTTP link, as you can see here. So that's why we have added this as HTTP package over here, and this is also a payment intent. We have also written this over here. So this is how we can simply add a Stripe. And one main thing I want to tell you, that in the services folder, you will see that we have added one more file, which is data.dart. In this data.dart, there will be a two key, which is a secret key and publish key. Now you will think that what is this two keys all about? So these are the two keys that we need to simply connect a Stripe with our Flutter app. So this is a special key that you need to simply get it from the Stripe website. So let's move to the Stripe website first. So this is a interface of an Stripe, and you can see that Stripe has been used mainly by big tech giants like Amazon, OpenAI, Google, Shopify, etc. So you can use this Stripe and you can simply create your account first. And once you create an account, you can simply move to the API part and can simply get a secret key and a publish key. I won't show the key over here, and I will recommend you to that if you are adding this key, do not share with anyone, because it word itself says the secret key. So keep it secret, don't share with anyone. Now once you have done all this thing, now we can simply use a Stripe. So let's move to the detail page, and here first I'm going to show the total amount. So like for an example, if I'm increasing the ticket price, the amount is as it is. So we need to simply change the amount. So for that, I will do one thing, like let's keep one integer, and here we'll keep a total is equals to 0, not 0. Yeah, keep it 0, and in the init state we'll simply assign the value to total, which will be widget dot price, something like this. So it is in the form of int and it is in the form of string, so that's why it's showing the error. We need to simply change it to int. So we'll write int dot and we'll simply parse it with a widget dot and we'll write price, something like this. Now once you have done this thing, we can move to the code, and here where we are executing to simply increase a ticket price, we'll do one thing. We'll write total and we'll keep on adding. Like for an example, if it is 2, then we'll write 34 plus 34, which will be the price of 2 ticket. I think so you are getting what I'm trying to explain. So here I will write total is equals to, and here we'll write total plus int dot parse, and we'll parse widget dot, and we'll write a price of a ticket. So this will simply increase my ticket price, and once I want to decrease a ticket price, we'll simply write a minus over here. So let's check this case. Now when I'll tap to this, so let's pass first the total over here. So we'll write total dot to string because it is in the form of integer. Now when I'll tap to this, you can see that it simply increases a ticket price up to how much the number of ticket had been shown over here. And now if I'll decrease, it will also decrease it. But as you can see that the one ticket price is not shown over here. This is because we need to simply hot restart the app here, and now it shows a first ticket price. Now when I'll increase, it keep on increasing. Now when I'll go to 1, so it also shows a one ticket price and it won't go down from 1. So this is how the execution will work. And let's move to the book now button, and here we'll simply wrap up with a gesture detector, and in the onTap method I will simply use a make payment function, and here I am going to pass the amount that have been shown over here, so which will be a total, and here we'll write to string because the amount have been shown over here is in the form of string. So once you have done all this thing, and don't keep this thing empty, I have just keep it empty because I don't want to share the secret key and publish key. So you can fill this all this detail before executing the stripe. So here it is done. Now let's check a stripe how it is going to work. Yeah, but before that, once a payment is done, I want to show the booking details in the user side of the app and the ticket details in the admin panel. So to execute this, I need to do one thing. We need to write a map, and here we'll create a map string dynamic, and we'll write a map name which is like booking detail. Yeah. Now first I want to show the number of tickets that the user have purchased. So we'll write number of, now let's keep it only number. I don't want to like write lots of string over here. So let's make it simple when you are writing a field name so that there will be a less error. So here I will simply write what I'm going to write. We're going to write a ticket. So here we'll write ticket dot, let's keep it to string. Yeah. Now we'll show the total. Yeah, and we'll write total dot to string. Now here comes a main thing which is showing a details of like a username who has booked this ticket, his image, the concert name. So here we can also pass a name of an concert. So we'll write concert, and we'll write, or you can simply write event also if you want. If you don't want to write a concert, you can write event, and here you need to pass event name which is widget dot name, and the location. So let's keep the location. So we'll write widget dot location, and then we need to show the date. So we'll write widget dot date, something like this. Let's keep it time also if you want. Widget, I think so we are not getting a time. Let's leave a time. Let's keep it only date, location, event name, total, and the number of tickets that user have purchased. So these are all the things that we need to do. Here comes one more main thing, which is getting the user details. But we haven't used a shared preference till now over here. So you will think that what is shared preference? So shared preference is something that will simply store your data locally in your Flutter app. So each time you don't need to get a data from the server. You can also save some of the data like username, his picture details, like his email ID or anything like his unique ID. You can keep them locally so that you can simply use them by using a shared preference. You don't need to get each detail from the server. So these are the things that make your app really simple. So here we'll move to the service folder and we'll simply create a new file which is shared pref dot. Yeah, so on this file I'm going to paste the code. Now you will think that why I'm doing a copy paste thing, because if I will write all this thing manually over here, then it will take a lots of time to develop this app. And I think so this is a sixth part and it will go to like 12 to 13 parts, and I think so that will be a boring for the viewers to simply write this much code. So that's why I'm telling you that if you have followed my old series, then you can simply copy and paste the code. The code is almost same for the shared preference like as stripe and all. So you can simply paste the code for the shared preference. So this is the code I have pasted for the shared preference. Now to use the shared preference, we need to also add a package. So let's move to the perf dev, and here we'll simply search a shared preference. Yeah, and here we'll move to the installing. Now we'll copy this package and we'll move to the perspec YAML and we'll simply paste the file over here. It's not a file, a package, and we'll simply run this. Now we can use a shared preference. Yeah, so here it is done and all the errors are gone, and now we can use a shared preference. As I've told you, the shared preference will simply help us to like save a username, a email, a image, a id. So that's why these are the four strings have been created, and there have been created different functions for the to save username, email, and you can simply get that. So this is the simple code. You can simply know that why I have wrote all these things. Now let's move to the like sign up dart page, and not like or dart page, and here I'm going to save the data that we are getting. So we'll write await shared preference helper dot save user email, and here we'll simply write user details dot email, something like this. Yeah, now we need to do same for the name. So we'll write shared preference helper dot save user name, and we'll write user details dot display name, something like this. We'll do same for the image. So we'll write await shared preference helper dot save user image. We'll write user details dot image, so which is a photo URL, something like this. We don't need this over here. This, yeah. And the last one is a unique ID. I will show you how to simply use this, all the details, like once we have stored this locally. So we'll write user details dot UID, and if you are facing any problem related to the app or any questions, you can directly write in a comment box. I will try to give a quick reply, and if you want like to simply follow me on my Instagram ID and write a questions you are facing, like an errors you are facing, you can simply write DM me on my Instagram ID too. Yeah, now once you have done all this thing, you need to like sign up it again. I'm telling this because so that we can simply save the data once. So let's do one thing. Let's move to the sign up page and hot restart the app and file save all. Yeah, it's already saved. Now I will click to this sign in with Google button again and will sign it again with a same ID. Click on continue, and here I have signed up with Google. Yeah, that's the same error, which is unhandled exception platform. This is because, as I've told you, when you are adding the new package in the perspec.yml file, simply don't use a hot restart. You need to simply close all the VS Code and the emulator and just rerun the app again because we have just now added a Flutter stripe. So that's why I'm facing this problem. So this is not a big problem. You need to simply code and rerun the app again. So let me do all this thing and then I will sign up in the app and will simply store the data in the shared preference. I have successfully run the app and now I will simply sign in with Google. So here I will simply tap to this button and will again sign in with this same account and will click on continue button and will directly move to the app. So now you will see a register successfully text, and now I'll show you how I can simply get the data from the shared preference. So let's move to the detail page .dart, and here I will do one thing. First I will create a string, and here we'll create a string and we need to get a username. So we'll get a username and his image. Yeah, so these are the two things, and we need a unique ID because as I've told you that the unique ID we are providing to the each users so that we can successfully track the users while uploading the data to their collection. So for an example, this is an one user and users collection, and this is a specific doc ID that have been given to my account. So this is how I can simply track a ID like which user have booked which event, and we can simply show that event on his account. So this is how the specific ID going to work. Yeah, so now let's move, and here I'm going to call all that thing. So we write on the load function, and here we'll simply get a data from the shared preference. So we'll write name await shared preference helper dot get username, and now we'll simply get the user image. So we'll write image await shared preference helper dot get user image, and we'll do same for the ID. So we'll write ID equals to await shared preference helper dot get user ID. Yeah, so these are the three things that we need, and we'll use a set state. Now as soon as the user come on this screen, I want this detail to simply pick from the shared preference. So you already know that we need to pass them on the init state. So I will simply write on the load. Now let's pass the detail over here. Where? Here. So here I will simply write a name, and let's keep it capital, and here we'll simply write a name, and now we need an image of an user. So we'll write image and we'll get the image. So these are the some details that we need to simply upload for both user and the admin, because admin also need to check in their admin panel like which all users have booked their tickets, right? Because the admin should also know that like which user have booked for tickets for which event, otherwise there will be a scam. So yeah, so we need that the admin to also see that whose ticket they have in their admin panel. I hope so you are understanding what I'm trying to explain. I know that you are smart, you can understand what I'm trying to explain. Now let's move and let's upload the data. So here we'll move to the database.dart file, and here I will simply copy one function and will simply paste it over here, and we'll rename this function like add user booking. So this is for the user booking that we are going to show in the booking page, and we'll move to the users collection. So this is the user collection. We already get his ID, so we'll pass the ID. Now here I will pass one more collection, and we are going to show all the booking. So here I'm writing the collection name, which will be booking dot add. Yeah, something like this. Now let's pass this, but before that, as I've told you, admin will also check the tickets. So we need to also need one more functions. So we'll write add admin bookings, not like add admin tickets. Yeah, so here in the admin panel we are going to show the tickets. So I will simply just write a tickets collection over here, and we'll use dot set method, and I don't think so we need doc ID, so we'll remove this, and from here too. So when you're not providing any ID, then we need to use add rather than set. Yeah, so let's pass these two functions over where in the stripe. So once the Stripe user pay through the Stripe, we can simply write like await database methods dot add user booking, and in the booking we'll simply pass the map name, which is booking detail, and his unique ID. Yeah, now once it is done, we need to also something like this. I think so, it's correct. That's correct. We'll write again await database. For that I need to write a sync over here. So we'll write await database methods dot, and we'll write add admin tickets, and we'll simply pass a booking detail, something like this dot. I think so, rather than passing, then we'll simply show the toast message over here that the booking has been successful. I think so we don't need that, because once the payment is done, that have been automatically been successful. So I don't think we need to show a toast message. But if you want, you can add a scaffold messenger over here. No worries about that. Now let's move and test the code what all we have written over here. One more thing I want to tell you, that if you added a stripe, I think so you have added a stripe, then there will be one more function that we need to add over here, which will be like stripe dot publishable key is equals to published key. Yeah, it is right. So this, you can say a line we need to pass in the void main, so that we can simply give a publishable key or published key in the system that we have added in data.dart file. Yeah, so once we have done all this thing, now let's test the case. I think so I have passed make payment function over here. Yeah, we have passed. Now I'll simply tap to this, and we are getting an error as expected. Without an error we can't build any apps. Yeah, so it simply says that rerun the app again. So let's rerun the app again. I think so 90% of time you are keep on running the app again. This is a side effects of an app development. It's not very easy, but it's also very interesting. So yeah, so let's close all the thing and let's rerun the app again. I think so I'm doing this fourth or fifth time in this part. Yeah, so I have rerun the app again, I think so fifth or sixth time. Now let's test this, and we'll simply tap to this book now button, and here you can see that it simply shows the interface of an stripe. Now if you can see that it is on the test mode, because we are simply testing the app while do real payments over here. So I'm simply testing the app. That's why I provided the test keys. So here you can see the test mode, but if you want to simply switch to the live mode, you can simply do that from the Stripe website. So here to test the card, I will simply pass the test card number, which is 4242. You need to tap it 12 times, and we'll write this, and we'll simply click on pay button, and here it is done, and we have simply, our payment is successful, and it had simply shows that statement, and my data must be uploaded to the Firestore database. So let's check that. So now I'll simply refresh this Firebase page, and here in the users collection you will see the bookings. Yeah, now you're seeing the booking, and now you are seeing this ID, and this is the event detail, and this also show the how much payment I have done. Yeah, and I think so there will be one more collection. Yeah, so here you can see the tickets, and these tickets we are going to show in the admin panel. So this is done from this part, and in our next part I will simply teach you how to simply add a complete backend for our booking page, and how the users can simply see all the bookings that they have done for their verification. And so if you haven't hit that like button till now, then please hit that. I have a small request from you all. This is just a small request from your side, because I also need some support to keep bringing the awesome videos on this channel. So hit that like button and also a subscribe button, because I have noticed that many of you are loving our videos but haven't hit that subscribe button yet. So show your support by hitting that subscribe button and let's be a part of this awesome Flutter family. It's totally free for you. I didn't like claim anything to watch my YouTube videos. I start from the scratch and end the app until it is completely done. So this is the main, you can say, a specialty of this channel. So let's hit that subscribe button and be the part of this channel. And until then, keep coding, keep having fun. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.